Well, 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 well. I can tell you
Wow.
as of an hour and a half ago, 2 hours ago, one of these things was not on this docket. But before we even get into that, good news, Tar Heel Nation. We are back. It is your boy, Tornado McCray, aka Myron McCray, captain of the Hooligan Express, and co-owner of it as well with Professor Farnsworth on this side of the Mississippi. And
Good news, everyone.
that gentleman over there is my co-host. Introduce yourself to the people, man.
What's good? What's happening? How you living? It's your boy, Ricebox 26. And we're back with another North Carolina Live.
So, first things first, appreciate all y'all for tuning in every Wednesday. Join us here 9:15. Y'all know how we get down. Sometimes we run a little late. Huh?
You say Wednesday?
No, I said Tuesday.
I
I said
heard
Tuesday.
Wednesday.
I don't know what you heard. I know what I said.
But it's what you're hearing. Listen.
But join us here 9:15. Y'all know how we get down, man. Good news. We got a lot to talk about. We're here. And I got wings. Bad news, I'm a little under the weather. And I don't even know why. So, apologies if I have to get up and go sniffle and do some things here and there. But as my co-host, as soon as we start the show, he has to walk away. I assume doing his fatherly duties.
Nope.
What were you doing?
On to the thing. Mind your business.
Wow. Okay. I'm under the weather. I'm needing a little extra help. And he want to be like that today? All right. You know what? Bump it. I'll carry the show my damn self.
Well, unfortunately, there's two of us, so I don't think you can do that.
I'll backpack us, but apparently Bill Belichick is not a first ballot Hall of Fame coach in the NFL. Boy, oh boy, if you have not checked the news, if you have not seen your ESPN app, if you work the night shift and you're just now opening up your phone because you've been asleep all day, that is the news. And I'm mad that you went and typed in one of the things in the docket because I wanted to get your natural reaction to that on camera. I didn't want you to know that information.
Oh, no, I saw that on the way home.
I didn't want you to know that, like, because I saw it from my source on The Athletic, and I was like, oh, that would be great to get his reaction live on camera for this. Like, if he doesn't know.
So Bleacher Report beat you to it.
Damn.
Yeah, I saw it on the way home about 2 hours, about an hour and a half ago. So not too long after we talked and we saw the information here, the thing came up from Bleacher Report. They beat you to it. So I had seen it already.
I hate you, Bleacher Report.
But I still got words.
I hate you, Bleacher Report. But for those of you who don't know, according to Adam Schefter, he broke the news, said Belichick fell short of the 40 out of 50 votes needed to go to the Hall of Fame, right? And obviously, Belichick said he was puzzled. He said he was puzzled and confused. Apparently, he told sources close to him, said 6 Super Bowls isn't enough. Obviously, talking about the 6 rings he won with New England Patriots, and then, he won 2 as a defensive coordinator with the New York Giants. And he's like, what does a guy have to do? And another source close to him said, politics kept him out. He doesn't believe this is a reflection on his accomplishments. So, what was the reason? As you may ask and as you may wonder. According to my source from The Athletic, Joseph Person, shout out Joseph. I always love Joseph. He always gives me great information. According to him, and this is and I'll pull up the tweet itself just so y'all can see what I saw. Because I even reacted to it on Twitter about this, man. it says, what the hell? Let's go. Uh, According to it, here it is. A voter who spoke on the condition of anonymity said Bill Polian, an ardent Kraft supporter and former general manager of the Bills and Colts, a Chiefs and Patriots rival during their dynasty, told voters Belichick should wait a year before induction as penance for Spygate. Oh man, Quan says the Hall of Fame system is broken. Oh
Bro,
man.
so let's just unpack this.
As penance for Spygate.
So not just that. So another voter went on to say the only explanation for this outcome has to be the cheating stuff. Only way. Is it? The Hall of Fame system is broken. Yeah. So they said that's the only way that this makes sense is because of the cheating stuff that happened, because it bothered some guys, really bothered some of the voters. So but before we get into, so this is what I went to go grab, right? So
here's my thing though. You remember what we talked about on the phone? How it either had to be somebody from New England,
had to take it personally, had to be personally,
and to be from New England, from a rival, or it had to be somebody from the Tar Heels. It was like, yeah, no.
So as we take a quick minute to break some of this stuff down.
Oh
so,
Lord, you want
so
you
try to tell me. You want so you try to tell me. Yeah, bring me to the front.
Right.
Bring me to the front. So as we break this down, right? So you trying to tell me Spygate and Deflategate, both of those things that only one thing was really proven to really have happened.
No, both were proven, but to be honest, Spygate ain't as bad.
One of them really matter.
Here's the thing: Spygate isn't as bad because of the simple fact that at the end of the day, you can always make the argument everybody looks at film. So
only one of those things actually mattered. And like Quan said, the Patriots were 19-1 the year the Spygate leaked. Spygate made no difference. They still lost the Super Bowl. Exactly.
They went 18-1 or 17-1. No, 18-1.
Whatever. They lost the one game when it mattered.
Yeah. Anyway, 18-1.
Anyway, let's break this down for a second. Over 24 seasons. This man has had 333 wins, which is the second all time. 6 Super Bowls, 17 AFC East titles, which is the most in NFL history. 13 AFC championship games, 31 playoff wins, which is also the most in NFL history, and 3-time AP NFL Coach of the Year. And you gonna sit here and tell me this man is a second ballot Hall of Famer? First ballot Hall of Fame. J.J. Watt even said, I don't know, I'm even reading this correctly. When I tell you this lit the NFL on fire.
Bro, as much as listen, I'll be the first to tell you, I hated the reign of Belichick because I was a part of the losses. As a Panthers fan, I was a part of them. I hated the reign of Belichick. My Panthers were the second Super Bowl loss. That was we were his second Super Bowl championship. So I've always had a disdain for Belichick since then. But even as much disdain as I have in my heart for when Belichick was a New England Patriots coach, there was not a shadow of doubt in my mind that Belichick was going into the Hall of Fame first ballot. I hated
Belichick during his coaching years. Because check this out, because Julian Edelman says, shaking my head, David Andrews is like, what are we even voting on? Jason McCourty, the amount of time he was spending meetings discussing the history of each team from ownership down to players was unreal. Idiotic that he's not a first ballot. David Gacho, I guess winning doesn't mean much these days, huh? This might be the dumbest shit that you will see. Hey, you will see. Has to be more behind this, but this would never make sense.
Hey, this is the same week that we just found out, not even 48 hours ago, that Shedeur Sanders is going to the Pro Bowl.
He's a Hall of Fame. Is a Pro Bowler, and it's the first Pro Bowler of one Stefanski's career, his 6 years in Cleveland. And I think it's the first Pro Bowler that the Browns have had in a long time.
He's the first
outside of Myles Garrett.
He's the first Pro Bowl quarterback they've had since I think '98 or since the '90s, bro,
for a long time. So you don't sit here and tell me
this is the wildest week ever.
Every voter who voted needs to be revealed, stripped, and banned from ever working in football again.
Whoever voted against him, every voter who voted against him, you gotta go, bro. You gotta go. So, like, I'm sorry.
And you know the biggest question about all of this.
What does this do for Brady? What does this do for Brady?
Not just Brady. Brady's here's the thing. Brady's the minor piece of this.
The Hall of Fame is screwed from now on. Terrell Owens, you're never getting in. You're never getting in.
Brady is a minor problem for this.
The Hall of Fame is screwed.
Because check this out. Because not only is this costing Bill Belichick, this is costing Mike Shanahan, Tom Coughlin, and Mike Holmgren. Because now, since you didn't vote Bill in, this is now pushing it. Because according to Peter King,
it pushes them back for the next class. And
now
Peter they King, can lose a spot to
all three of these coaches back a year, all three of them. And you have to ask yourself, what does the coaches committee do next year? Are they going to get to again advance Belichick? And wouldn't it be embarrassing if they don't? This decision has a major impact beyond just 1 year. So my thing is, yes, the Deflategate and the Spygate thing happened. Whatever. Like, I get it. I was on that train to tell them, nah, they cheated. Prove it. Like, get them out of here. Suspend them. Do whatever. Do anything you can to keep them from getting in the Super Bowl.
I always hated the fact that their punishment was only a 4-game suspension, but they kept the title, especially for the Deflategate year. I was like, bro, that was proven. Like, that's legitimately cheating.
I'm gonna say this. The Deflategate thing was the stupidest gate that I've seen in a long time.
Like, out of the 3 scandals that the Patriots have, Tuck Rule, Deflategate, and Spygate.
Deflategate was the dumbest.
No, I think Spygate was the dumbest because I'm like, that's just film session. Sorry.
No, that one I couldn't let slide by. The reason why, because they weren't just filming the plays, they were filming the hand signals.
Okay.
That's different. That was what Spygate was.
Okay. I thought it was just they were filming like plays when they weren't supposed to be filming the plays.
No, they were filming hand signals while they were filming the plays.
Oh yeah, okay. Now you out of pocket.
But like, that's what the problem with Spygate was. So because they did the same thing with because the same thing happened with Michigan just recently with Harbaugh and them. That was the same thing that Michigan got.
I remember that. And the bad part is the thing with Michigan though. The reason why theirs got in trouble is because bro started going to games that Michigan wasn't even playing in.
But here's the thing. Because if I remember what the guy said, he just liked football.
No, he just liked football, but he was working for me. He was like helping Michigan and was going to like Ohio State versus A&M games and things like that, like clear across the country when everybody knew he was part of like Michigan staff and so on and so forth. But we ain't talking about that. We talk like when it comes down to this.
I know we're not talking about that, but I'm gonna make it real quick. But my problem with that was, okay, you don't go scouting teams when you're not playing them.
I mean, true.
Like so you telling me that none of these organizations,
if Kraft gets in this year, Belichick does it, all hell's going to break loose, bro. Here's my
Kraft is in as far as I know.
Here's my thing. All hell's going to break loose regardless because the ramifications on the Hall of Fame in general now are out the window for what is what's first ballot and what's not. Not only for coaches, and now talking about Brady, for players too. Because like I said, with Brady, if you're gonna make this the reason as to why Belichick doesn't get in, Spygate, Deflategate is the reason.
Has to be the reason that
you can't let Brady go in first ballot.
You can't let Brady go in now. You have to keep him out of next year for the exact same reason.
I'm gonna say this as quiet as it's kept. As much as I hate Tom Brady, that would be a damn lie if you say Tom Brady's not first ballot Hall of Fame.
As much as I hate
the man,
just like you said, as much as I hate Tom Brady, from a football standpoint,
not man to man.
No, I don't like Tom Brady as a person either. Well, but that's not the point.
I don't care for him. I'll say that. I don't hate him. I don't care for him. But in football, I hate him.
But I will say he's hilarious outside of football. Actually, he's hilarious in general. I'll give him that too.
Rip the
But at the end of the day, is if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying, baby. Get that edge for UNC too. All these dudes cheating in college football with money, and they always have been. I mean, that's another conversation. But at the end of the day, it's like if you don't talk about it, now you have to keep Brady out. To be honest, now you have to keep several Patriots out for this exact same reason.
Edelman, flipping whatchamacallit, Wes Welker, Gronkowski. Well, Gronkowski wasn't. He was for Deflategate. He wasn't for Spygate, but Gronkowski.
But you got to keep him out. But you got to talk. But it's the same conversation. He was a part of a gate. You got to keep him out.
Like, bro, if that's the reason you're going to hold Bill Belichick out of being a first ballot Hall of Fame, that means every Patriot up for Hall of Fame. If that's the reason, you gotta hold. You can't not. You simply cannot.
Wilfork.
Yep.
You can't keep Vince Wilfork out. You can't say that man isn't Hall of Fame. Jason McCourty, both of the McCourty brothers.
You created a whole situation and a whole issue with your voting, because then not only that, going forward, you're gonna sit there and look and be like, okay, so you mean to tell me, respect to him, because I respect this man dearly, Andy Reid's first ballot, but Bill Belichick ain't?
He said, "You right, it's bad regardless, but we'll be." Oh, it's going to be absolutely even worse if Kraft gets in. But Kraft is getting in. Kraft is in, as far as I know.
If Kraft gets in and Belichick doesn't, oh my sweet Jesus, Joseph and Mary.
Because hold on. Because as of right now, they're saying Robert Kraft can make history before Belichick.
Bill won 3 more Super Bowls after Spygate. He won 2 more rings after Deflategate. It made no difference. Deflategate it kind of did. Deflategate it kind of did, because that was literally the AFC title game.
But once again, I get that you were mad that the ball itself was a little underflated. I get it.
No,
but here's
he wasn't mad. Brady told him to deflate the ball because nobody could catch it. That was the reason. That was the whole point of Deflategate. Take air out the ball in cold weather, made it easier to catch and made it easier to throw. That was the whole reason.
I know about the throwing piece.
It made it easier. Because even in college, like when we were doing like spring practice and whatnot, they would take out the air in college sometimes, just a little bit. It wasn't much, but coach was like, listen, I'm gonna show you how there's a difference. Y'all want to know why Deflategate was such a big thing? Because we had asked about it. Coach took out the air because one of the balls was frozen. It was like first week of February, right? It was cold. So coach took the air out of one ball, but had another ball college pumped up to regular standards.
Right.
So much easier to catch the deflated ball in cold weather than it was the fully pumped up ball. Not even gonna lie. So Deflategate definitely makes a difference, especially when you know after that you're going to a neutral site where it's warm and you ain't got to worry about that. So to say Deflategate didn't make a difference, you did it in the AFC title game when you had home field advantage, and you knew you had that home field advantage. You knew that's what you were going.
It makes a difference. Then I think the biggest part of the argument where they missed. So I'm not saying it stopped Bill from winning. No, nobody's disagreeing that it stopped Bill from winning. Nobody's saying that. I think the biggest part of that argument that they didn't make for Deflategate was you're in cold weather. Things filled with air in cold weather tend to lose PSI in cold weather. It is just a natural scientific thing that happens. Now, would anybody have believed you? No, because they have a whole cabinet where these balls sit in.
I was about to say, I think they tried to make that argument, but it's like every other game in cold weather has never lost air like that. And plus, they have the ball boys that always keep them constantly pumped up. And
not just that, like I said, they keep them in a whole, I think, heated cabinet or something like that. I'm not entirely sure. Don't quote me on it, but you can fact check me on it. I have no idea. But I know they keep them in a box and stuff like that to protect it from the elements and stuff. But
it affects not only the Patriots, all the Patriots affected going forward.
Oh yeah,
especially if Kraft gets in. Now you really make this whole thing convoluted.
Oh, listen, if Kraft gets in, it comes back to the same thing I told you. Somebody took it personal.
Somebody took it personal.
Somebody.
The simple fact that this one anonymous voter said Bill Polian himself was like, no, Belichick needs to serve penance for this. Okay.
And here's the thing. Bill Polian came and said, no, that didn't happen. I voted for Bill.
Just because you voted for him does not mean you didn't say it.
Because he's like, no.
Two things can be true.
It can be, because he said, no, I didn't have any sway over this vote. I didn't say what whoever said I said that. I voted for the man. He said, I had no sway over people's votes and none of that. I didn't say none of what they said I said.
Nah, I think Bill might have said that, but because he didn't expect his name to get airdropped, he didn't expect his name to get dropped off. Like, just, hey, yo, Bill Polian said it. Hey, whoa, we airing me out now.
Was it, whoa, what did I say? What you say I said? I didn't say that.
So now Bill Polian obviously ain't trying to catch the wrath of Belichick and the pistosity that comes with it. He's like, no, I ain't say that. I ain't say none of that. But, bro, because you got that, the Patriots are affected. Even the criteria of what is a first ballot Hall of Famer going forward now, because there's always going to be the question now, if you have a guy like Sean McVay, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say Sean McVay goes on to win another Super Bowl like in the next 2 years. Wins another Super Bowl, so on and so forth, and then finally retires. If Sean McVay gets first ballot and Belichick doesn't, if Andy Reid gets first ballot, Belichick doesn't, if Mike Tomlin gets first ballot and Belichick doesn't, if Mike McCarthy, when he retires, gets first ballot and Belichick doesn't, that alone is going to discredit the entire Hall of Fame, because people are going to look, like you said, with the numbers to back it up.
Now, I'll say this. I'll say the only name on that list that I don't think would set the world on fire is Andy Reid. Like Andy Reid is everybody
disgruntled. People are going to.
Oh yeah, everybody's going to be disgruntled. Oh yeah, no, there's still going to be issues.
Like,
but I think people have less problems.
Andy Reid is the only name you're going to get the least mad, but you're still going to get some disgruntled.
You're going to get the least clapback over Andy Reid than you would everybody else on that list. McVay, Tomlin, Harbaugh, all of them.
Everybody else,
you have all kinds of problems with everybody else, but Andy Reid.
You have to have an Andy Reid or better resume for people not to be mad. Going forward, every coach has
like top 10 winningest coaches of all time.
Yeah.
So yeah, like Andy Reid will be on the list. It's like, sure, he hasn't won 6 Super Bowls, but he's won like
what, 3? Yeah, he's got 3. They've won 3 in the last 5.
He got one with Philadelphia.
No, he didn't.
Did he not? Well, not with the McNabb years?
No, they got to the Super Bowl. They didn't win. They lost to Brady. The year Terrell Owens played with the broken leg, Super Bowl 39.
I thought they won that one. My bad.
No, that was the year.
Oh, what's good, Cobb?
What's good, Cobb? We were looking for you last week. Nah, Super Bowl 39. Because you want to know why I know? Because that was the year after they played the Panthers. They played the Panthers in 38 and won 39. They didn't play in 37, but won 36 in 01 against the Rams. Because they beat the Rams.
Well, no, he technically does have 4, but he was an assistant with one of them.
He was an assistant, but I'm talking about head coach.
Oh, no, head coaching wise, no, he has 3 head coaching wise. He has 4 total. But like, we're not counting assistants, because he won one as an assistant coach with the Packers in 97.
Long day, fell asleep. Well, did you see the news that Belichick ain't a first ballot Hall of Famer?
Yeah, Belichick did not make the list.
Andy Reid. Hey, I'll do you one better.
Still under consideration somehow.
I'll do you one better. Andy Reid is not only top 10. Andy Reid is top 5 in wins all time as a coach. So, Andy Reid right now, and he's behind George Halas, Bill Belichick, Don Shula.
Yeah.
And the simple fact that Mahomes is probably going to come back.
Right, Kyle. Right. We were all the same way.
Yeah.
Hold on. Because
Yeah.
I got
Uh-oh.
Hold
He
on.
going to bring it back just for Cobb, too.
Hold on. So Bron James said it's impossible, egregious, and quite frankly disrespectful. Patrick Mahomes said it's insane, don't even understand how this could happen. Jimmy Johnson, I would like to know the names of the assholes who did not vote for him themselves.
Hey, I want to know. Bro, everybody
JJ Watt said, I can't be reading this way. This has to be some knockoff Hall of Fame or something. It can't be the actual NFL Hall of Fame. There's not a single word whatsoever where Bill Belichick is not a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Like,
even Adam Schefter got into it.
Like, there's no way. Like,
so Peter King himself said this when he was told that Bill Belichick isn't the first ballot Hall of Famer. Peter King has been a Hall of Fame voter for 32 years. This is the first year he hasn't put in his ballot. That man said, and listen, guys, I'm cussing. This is and quote, holy fuck. Oh fuck. I'm very, very surprised.
Bro. Hey, somebody put up No. Cobb. They said it is because of Spygate and Deflategate. It is because of Spygate and Deflategate. That's why.
Were the balls deflated for everyone? It was just the Pats.
It was just the Pats.
So Tom Brady had asked his sideline staff to deflate the ball just a little bit to make it easier to catch.
Yeah. It is not a third party. He had his ball boy.
So each team has a staff, has a crew that handles the game balls every week. He goes to the ball boy directly and asks the ball boy to deflate the ball during the game, by the way. Not before the game or after the game. During the game. Say
it was right after halftime. It was right after halftime because the first half they weren't catching anything and it was hard to throw and whatnot. They go into halftime. He tells them he's like deflated, and next thing you know they're starting to make all these catches.
Because the problem with that happening was, had he not done that, the Indianapolis Colts would have beat the Patriots that year.
Was it the Colts that year they did that?
How dumb is that by NFL? Even in backyard football, will let someone invested handle the balls?
Because up until then, nobody had done it.
It was the first time it's ever happened because they keep it to a certain standard. Everybody follows the rules. But at the time, Tom Brady was special.
That was the Colts. You're right. That was the Colts. Because wouldn't that have been the year Luck would have went to Super Bowl?
That was the year Andrew Luck would have went to the Super Bowl.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Because that was one of the years that Andrew Luck had brought them back in that game.
Bruh, that's so
because the Colts were handling business strategy.
Because check this out, right? So I'm looking at it right now.
Bro, they probably got away with it before. First time someone got caught, but never let the house handle this. Here's the thing. They probably still would have got away with it had Tom just not told him, I told the ball boy to do it.
So,
because Indianapolis, how they found out was Indianapolis was the one that made the claim because they found out one of their ball boys had picked up the ball for the Patriots, or one of the players picked it up and realized the ball fell flat and brought it up to the refs or the commissioner or brought it up to one of the coaching staff after the game, and they put in the complaint to the commissioner about it. So they did this whole investigation post the season, post game, and started checking them.
So check this out. I got it. Ready? So here's So during the first half of the AFC title game, Patriots quarterback Tom Brady threw an interception to Colts linebacker DeQuell Jackson. After the play was over, Jackson handed the ball to the Colts equipment manager for safekeeping as a souvenir. Early reports suggested that Jackson was the first to suspect the ball was deflated, but Jackson said he did not notice anything wrong when he caught it. Jackson says he actually did not even know the ball was taken or that controversy existed until he was driven home from the team's charter plane after the Colts arrived in Indy. He's like, I wouldn't know that it could even be an advantage or disadvantage. He's like, at halftime, NFL officials inspected the footballs. Former referee Austin initially and incorrectly stated that 11 of the 12 balls used were measured to be 2 pounds per square inch below the minimum amount. But later reports contradicted the allegations, stating that only a single ball was 2 pounds below it, while others were just a few ticks under the minimum. It was subsequently revealed that in the NFL official measurement sequence, 5 of the 11 balls measured below 11 psi. This being less than that.
Brady got caught lacking with that pick. My dog got to be clean if he pulling that shit. Exactly. It was amazing to me that I never liked the Patriots, but they are part of my favorite teams, UNC and the Raiders.
And here's the thing: they said before, and some people who were asking, they're like, why wouldn't the NFL have like people to do that or whatever? They said before 06, normal NFL operating procedure was for the home team to provide all the game's football. In 2006, the rules were altered so that each team uses its own footballs while on offense. Teams rarely handle football used by the other team except after recovering a fumble or interception. Brady, along with Peyton Manning, who started for the Colts in 06, argued for the rules to change for express purpose of letting quarterbacks use footballs that suited them. Removing air from a football makes it easier to grip, throw, and catch. So after halftime, my thing is this. The initial report flat out said 11 of the 12 were under. This man deflated almost every ball, bro.
So what about Spygate? Were they stealing signals from just during games they had on? So Spygate, what had happened with Spygate was a wild situation. So what it was one of the staff members,
Cleveland, of all.
So yeah, one of the staff members was I think it was like at a Cleveland practice or one of the team's practices. And they were recording the practices, but yeah, what they were also doing was recording the hand signals that the coaches threw out for the plays. And I think they did that for like 2 or 3 teams is what happened. Cleveland is the one they got caught at because they saw the staff member from the Patriots in the stands recording the practice, but the camera itself. And when they went and inspected it later, saw that the camera was pointed directly at the sideline and not at the plays.
Good coach knows how to bend the rules without breaking them. Shoot, tell that to the Houston Astros.
Shoot, say damn, that's why they were going into practices. Can't really defend that. But right, and like I said, and it wasn't and for a lot of teams in the argument, it wasn't an unfamiliar practice to go into the practices and record the plays that ran. But the problem, and this was like prior to games or whatever, but the problem was they were recording the sideline directly. So they weren't just recording the plays, they were recording the hand signals the coaches threw out to signal each play. So they were bringing that back.
No, it ain't just during the game, man. It ain't just during the game. But boy, the ramifications, I think Brady just saw his first ballot go out the window. Gronkowski just saw his first ballot go out the window. Like, if you got to be consistent, that's what just happened. If the NFL committee if the voting committee wants to be consistent, that's exactly what just happened. Brady's first ballot went out the window. Gronkowski's went out the window. Edelman's went out the window.
So it began with the Patriots were disciplined from the NFL by videotaping the New York Jets defensive coaches' signals from an unauthorized location. Videotaping opposing coaches is not illegal in NFL per se. There are designated areas allowed by the league to do such taping because the Patriots were instead videotaping the Jets coaches from their own sideline during the game. NFL Roger Goodell deemed it to be a violation of the league rules, stating that the act represented a calculated and deliberate attempt to avoid longstanding rules designed to encourage fair play and promote honest competition on the playing field. After the investigation, NFL fined Patriots Bill Belichick $500,000 for his role in the incident and fined the Patriots $2,500 or $250,000 and docked the team their original first-round selection in the 2008 draft, which would have been the 31st pick of the draft. It said after their probe, NFL required the Patriots to turn over any and all notes and tapes related to the tapes of opponents' defensive signals. The Patriots refused to allow the tapes to leave their athletic facilities. In turn, at Goodell's ordering, league officials went to the Patriots facilities and smashed the tapes.
Not smash the tapes.
Because the Patriots wouldn't allow the tapes to leave the facility.
So Goodell said, "We coming in there, bro." Whoo! All I know is man. The cop says we definitely not going in practices now. You thought it was bad before. Hey. Well, y'all realize Bill drafted 9-10 starters and 4-5 rotation guys on the Super Bowl team? Yeah.
Because basically they were filming the coaches from the sidelines and they weren't supposed to do that.
Listen, this is going to be this is going to be interesting, to say the least. Going forward next year, the year after that, it's going to be interesting. But